Hello traders, Rishi Patel here, co-founder, Master the Markets, the Elite Traders Conference and the Traders Open Day. And I'm really excited about making this video today because we're talking about trading and passion together. And the question becomes, how can you really live your passion with trading? And another question would be, is trading even your passion actually? So first of all, before we even talk about this, we should ask the question, what is passion? So I looked up a couple of definitions of the word passion, but the one that I liked the most was that passion is a strong or barely controllable emotion. So think about that for a second. A strong emotion. When you have a strong emotion, you have some intensity towards something. And intensity is one of the key things that you need for success in any field. So passion obviously is linked very closely to being successful in any given field. And that's the first part. So it's a strong emotion or a barely controllable emotion. So think about that. Think about a time where you've been in this space where you have such an emotion and it's barely controllable and you're really excited about it. So think about how you feel at that point, and is that linked to something that you're passionate about? So that would be my best definition, at least the one that syncs well with me in terms of what passion is. So now we know what it is. Why is it really important? I mean, why is it important to have passion, and how does this then tie back to trading? So let's talk about this. So why is it important to be passionate? Well, think about a time in your life when maybe you were really in the moment when you were doing something. Now, for me, I can tell you straight away that something I'm totally passionate about, and you can probably see my body language changing straight away and the amount I'm smiling as I'm about to talk about this, is really martial arts and working with children. So one of my goals, and the thing that I would say that I'm truly deeply passionate about, is working with children and teaching this incredible program called Satya Sai Education in Human Values through martial arts. And every time I talk about this martial art that I'm training, it's called Choi Kwando. Every time I talk about it, I just change. My whole body language, my emotional intensity, everything that I'm doing changes. And so what you've got to do is think about some time in your life perhaps where you had that similar type of feeling, either when you were doing an activity or you were talking to someone about something and you just felt that uncontrollable emotion that I feel when I'm talking about Choi Kwando and SSEHV and working with children. So these are the things that you want to think about. Now, why is it important? Because when you feel that level of intensity towards something, even if difficulties come up in life or you have a trading losing streak that you're going through, if you're linking it back to some kind of a higher passion or a vision, then you're going to come back into space very quickly. You're going to come back into that space of knowing that that's just a part of what I need to do. In trading, I'm going to take some consecutive losses. I know that. I've tested a trading system. I've tested a plan. I've got a strategy. I know it's loss cluster. And I'm doing this because I'm super passionate about whatever it is for yourself. So for me, it would be the martial art. So you can then sit through a losing streak, even if it's not trading related, even if it's something related to business or relationships or just life in general. If you have something that you're strongly passionate about, that you so love, then you can push through anything. It doesn't matter at that stage. So this is why it's really important to find something that you're passionate about. And in Steve Jobs' Stanford commencement speech in 2005 at Stanford University, he said actually that if you haven't already found the thing that makes you passionate, then you should go out and find that no matter what it takes. And that would be my strong recommendation to anyone that doesn't know really what their true life purpose, their passion, their vision is. Finding that out, that information out early on, or as early as possible. It's never too late, by the way. It is never too late. Finding that out early on is absolutely business critical, especially in trading where it's such a game of numbers, of probabilities, where you're sitting through losing streaks. You know, you're going to go through rough times as well as good times in trading. So you need to have something that you're linked with that's higher, it's beyond yourself. So that's what I would say it's important for. That's the why, really, for why passion is important. Now, the thing is, this is a question that I came up with. So what could a passion be? Now, the one thing that I ask, we would coach and mentor thousands and thousands of people a month, going through workshops, live trading seminars, and things like this. And I always do ask people what their passion is. And one of the exercises we do at the beginning of Traders Basecamp is to really ask people what their deeper why is. And it's interesting that some people can't really tap into that space. They don't really know. And they think that they're there at Traders Basecamp perhaps to learn how to trade or learn about advanced moving averages or learn about 4-bar patterns or probabilities and expectancy and things like this. But actually no, because there's a deeper reason normally for why we're doing this. Very rarely out of the 20,000 plus people that myself and Tiru have mentored and worked with in groups and in individual settings, has anyone really come to us with a true passion for just purely trading and looking at the bar charts and looking through spreadsheets and spending their time doing that? Now, don't get me wrong, some people definitely are like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. If that's linked to their passion, superb. But normally, people end up doing trading for something higher than themselves. So this could be anything. You know, it could be linked to you wanting to have a certain lifestyle. Maybe you want to drive a certain car. Maybe you want to live in a certain area with a certain type of house or a mansion or something like that. You know, maybe you want to buy some great clothes or some watches or whatever it is. It's something beyond themselves normally. Sometimes it's about family. Sometimes it's about doing your best for your children. Maybe you had a rough childhood growing up and you want to give your children the very best options that you want, so you want to do it for that. Sometimes for other people it could be charitable purposes. Sometimes it could be around working with the homeless or the elderly or whatever kind of service work it is that you want to do. Maybe you want to impact a bigger number of people. There is really no right or wrong answer, but it's really important to find your passion and then drive yourself towards it. And of course, we know trading is one of the most superb tools that we've come across. Of course, I'm very biased because my whole life orientates around the market, and you know, we've had a certain amount of superb success in the financial space, and so that's why I'm biased towards it. But this is the tool of choice. If you know that, now it's about how you keep going through. How do you keep going through the tough times? How do you keep pushing yourself through? You've got to find that passion. You've got to find that thing that you love doing. So those were the things really that I wanted to cover. And I know that that's added a lot of value. So I'm really thankful for the opportunity for you to all even remind me of this. So I get to talk about this with so much passion, as you can see. So that's it from me for this video. Until the next time, as we always say, stay disciplined, follow your plan, and trade like a master. Bye for now.